Perfect.
So, hello everyone. Welcome to the Founder's Chair. The Founder's Chair is the podcast where we dive deep into the lives of business owners and find out what it's truly like to run your own business. So, today we are joined by Ashley Lally, who is the co-owner of Freedom Boat Club Loch Lomond. Boat Club is a subscription boating service. So you pay a monthly fee and you can get access to a full fleet of boats at Loch Lomond, but also 420 locations around the world. So there's around 6,000 boats globally. There's no other service like this in the UK, and it's the best alternative to owning your own boat. So not only is Ashley a owner of an amazing business, she's also a amazing mum. She's an entrepreneur. She's navigating the waters of having a new business, and she's also the community liaison officer. So a woman of many talents, Ashley. Thank you
Woman
so
of many hats.
so many hats. Thank you so much for coming on and joining us today.
Of course,
So
thanks for having me.
no problem at all. Could you tell us three things that are special about you?
Oh, right. So I guess three things that are special about me. Well, I'm American. I was born in the States, so I'm always kind of going with the reputation of being very cheerful, very optimistic, very positive. So I think I always bring that to the table. Everyone says I'm the cheerleader of the group.
Love
So
that.
I'm the one in the back, building the pyramids and cheering everyone on, doing my cartwheels, giving everyone an energy boost. So that's my job. My goal is to be really motivating and help people to focus on the task ahead.
Yeah, amazing. Absolutely love that. And why are you in business? Why did you decide to start up Freedom Boat Club?
Well, this is really new for me. I've always worked for someone my entire life.
Mhm.
My background is working in the charity sector, which I've loved. But at the end of the day, I'm a mum. I've got two little kids, and as great as my previous job was, I always wished I had more flexibility with my time with them and all their activities. You know, they've got a better social life than I do these days. So so when my husband asked me to come on board and start like a family-run company doing something that we both love, which is boating, and do it together as a family, for me it was a no-brainer. And it's not working for us, it's living when you're doing something that you both enjoy, that you're both really passionate about, that our own children can be part of, in the most beautiful place on earth. It's really, it was an easy choice for me.
Yeah,
So I'm in business because I wanted a new challenge. I wanted work that was fun, that was outdoors. I don't like being stuck at a desk all day.
yeah.
And I want something that's really inclusive, for the family and for others.
Amazing. Absolutely love that. I think as soon as you have kids, then that everything else like becomes just not important really, and you want to do everything you can that's going to
Yeah.
provide the best life for them, eh? So that's amazing.
Everything changes. Yeah.
Yeah. Even I'm laughing at you saying you have a better social life than you. I was at my niece's first birthday party and she literally has more friends than I do. She's one. I was like, this is sad.
I know it's like, yeah, it's like every day of the week there's something on and it's play dates and you're just like,
Yeah,
how is my diary just all of your events?
yeah. So popular. So Ashley, could you tell us what is the thing you're most proud of about your business?
I'm I'm really proud of kind of the team that we built together. It's taken us a long time to find the right team, find the right pieces of the puzzle that work together. Um, we opened in 2023, but it was kind of a soft launch. And we had our official launch this year, 1st of June, 2024. So
Amazing.
we're still brand new, and it took a lot longer than I thought to actually put the right
Yeah,
team together because you want to make sure that you've got the right person in the right position, bringing the right skills.
yeah,
But the team that we have now, we all work really well together, even though we're completely different. But we genuinely enjoy each other's company and we really push each other to think outside the box.
yeah,
Um, and I'm also really proud of how much we've accomplished in such a little time because we haven't been around for that long. And just within the time that we've kind of started in this summer of 2024, we've moved to a new location. We've built up a whole new team of employees. We're very close now to being fully accredited RYA training center.
Wow. Yeah.
We've built a clubhouse for our members. We've expanded our fleet of boats and added new benefits for members.
Wow. Oh, wow.
And we've built up, yeah, and built up a really good membership base as well. When we started from nothing just 2 years ago. So it's just incredible what we've accomplished already. And it's not just being recognized locally now, but nationwide, because we just found out that we got shortlisted for the Business Awards UK Franchise Award.
Oh, wow.
And that's being announced on the 27th. So yeah, we're feeling pretty confident we're going to be holding a big trophy soon, which would
Yeah.
definitely always helps with the morale boost. And it just shows that we're being recognized for the hard work, which is really nice.
Yeah.
So we put a lot of time and work into what we've done so far.
Yeah.
And we're only just started.
That's absolutely incredible, like how far you've come in that short time that you've been working on it. So hats off to you, honestly, considering how much else you've got going on. That is absolutely amazing. So for our listeners that maybe don't know too much about Freedom Boat Club, could you dive a little bit more into it and tell us more about what it's about?
Yeah, absolutely. So, in a nutshell, Freedom Boat Club is a subscription boating service. So you pay a monthly fee, and then you get access to full access of boats here at Loch Lomond. But we also have 420 locations around the world, 6,000 boats globally. There's no other service like this in the UK. It's the best alternative to owning your own boat, and many people would say it's even better than owning a boat, full stop.
Yeah.
So we call it hassle-free boating. So you can use your boats with unlimited access, and we do all the rest. So we handle the maintenance, the insurance, the refueling, the cleaning, the storage. Um, my dad is like the best example of one of our best customers, because growing up, we'd always buy a boat. And then
Right.
about 2 years down the line, he'd be like, "Oh, I can't believe I've got to tow it all the way down, and then there's a problem with the trailer, and then we get the boat in the water, and then the engine's not working, and then you got to tow it all the way back. It's another hour, and then you got to store it." And so he'd get so frustrated, and he'd sell the boat, and then like 2 years later, he'd be like, "No,
I want to vote again.
And we must have done that like 6 times, like throughout my lifetime. And if he had known about Freedom Boat Club, like that just would have been a no-brainer. I think for most
Yeah.
people now, you just don't want that hassle. You want to just be able to go online, choose the boat you want, choose the time, and then you show up and it's there. It's at the jetty. You just hop on, right off into the sunset. You don't have to
Yeah.
worry about anything.
Stress free, nice and easy.
Yeah, exactly. Like people don't have time to waste anymore. You just
Yeah.
want the reason you buy a boat is not to maintain it. The reason you
Yeah,
buy a
it's to
boat,
enjoy
you
it.
want to
Yeah.
enjoy it. Exactly. So the hassles of owning a boat keep you from enjoying it a lot of the time. So
Yeah.
we've tried to take that out completely. So it's just really, really simple. No one else is doing this, and no one else can offer what we can, especially with the reciprocal access around the world. So we're really unique, and we're really excited about what we have.
Yeah. That's amazing. Like when you actually do think about it and put it into the way that you've just put it, it makes so much more sense. And it is literally just enjoying the luxury of having a boat without all the stress and all the hassle. So it's like a
Absolutely.
no-brainer almost, isn't it?
Absolutely. Because we're trying to make boating more accessible. There's this concept, not so much in the States, where I grew up, everyone had a boat. But when I moved over here, I noticed that it was kind of it was seen as, oh, you have to have a lot of money for a boat, or you have to be in the sailing community. And it's not like that at all.
Yeah.
With the boat club here, we offer everyone unlimited training. So all of our members have a minimum of a powerboat level 2 license.
Okay.
And then we give training on the water as well. So we're training everyone to not only know the boats in and out, but also know the local waters.
Yeah.
And most people in Loch Lomond don't have a certification, don't have a license. So we're already pushing safety much more than other businesses. It's one of the biggest pillars, most important pillars of our business.
Yeah.
I'm a club owner, but I also have kids that are swimming in the water that do open
Mhm.
water swimming. I've got friends that have boats that, I want to make sure that our members are being safe and everyone's following the bylaws. So we make sure that, everyone's safe and respectful in the water. And that's hammered into everyone, staff, visitors, members, very strongly from day one. And I think that's a point that we really want to make sure local community knows, um, we're not here to take away from Loch
Yeah.
Lomond. We're here to add to it.
Add to it. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's amazing. I think safety is like one of the most important things, especially when you're out on the water and the fact that you provide all that training when most
Yeah.
people probably signing up to the subscription don't know much about boats. So it's quite important to provide that. So that's so good that you do all that.
Yeah, I think the first year, most of our members were seasoned boaters, but this year we've had a lot of people that have never owned a boat before.
Yeah.
Um, and now, I mean, you would never know it now because not only have they gone through the training, but we offer unlimited training that's all included. There's no additional cost. So, we'll take you out. We'll any kind of specific things you're looking for, whether it's just docking in certain places or beaching the boat or um, towing, water skis and all the water toys, we give you training on all that. So it just, when you are more confident in what you're doing as a captain of the boat, then it makes it safer for everyone as well.
Yeah,
So
definitely. Yeah.
yeah, it's best for everyone for sure. So we always say with the boat club that to compare it, that when we first started, everyone thought that we were like a timeshare or something like that, or that that we'd be captaining the boats. And I said, no, the point is for you to do it.
Yeah.
And so the best metaphor that I always give is that it's like a country club membership on a golf course, but with boats.
Yeah.
And then on top of that, it's not just our location, but you get to use all the club facilities around the world and access to 6,000 other boats as well,
Which is
which
amazing.
most golf courses don't do.
Yeah, I'm absolutely not. So literally be going on holiday and still getting the use out of like having a luxury boat, which is
Yeah,
an unbelievable service. That's so good.
yeah.
So far, what would you say are the three things that have contributed most to the success of your business?
Well, I alluded to this before, but definitely finding the right people to fit into the right jobs is
Yeah,
absolutely crucial. Um, it takes a long time. It's not something everyone warned us that it would take time to build that up, and I think I just assumed that, oh no, like everyone loves boats, everyone's that we're speaking to is really, really great. They'll all fit in, but it is finding the right people to go into the right place. And if you don't have a good team, you're not going to be successful. So
yeah,
that's
100%.
one of the first things for sure. Um, but I'd say another contribution would be the fact that Radon Boat Club is a family-run business
Mhm.
at Loch Lomond. So my husband and I, we're both co-owners and we work side by side. So we wake up, we get the kids ready together, we do the school drop-offs, and then we sit at our desk in our home office and we're talking strategy all day. Um, what's really sad, or maybe it's not sad, but we absolutely love it.
Yeah.
So, we love going on the boats, we love training new members, trialing out new equipment. We'll be in here until midnight just talking about things and trying new things out
It's
and
something that you
you
love,
know
yeah.
exactly. So yeah, when you love what you do, it just makes it a lot easier to be successful. I think it gives you just so much more of a leg up. Um, but the probably the third thing I would say is working with the local community. So
Yeah.
I've been working in the charity sector since I was a kid. My parents have always been really active in giving back to the community. My dad and I used to build houses with Habitat for Humanity in the States. We volunteered at local food banks. Every year we delivered Christmas presents to the local children's center. So my parents were fantastic witnesses of how to care for your community, and they still are today.
Yeah.
My first ever job was standing outside of a Walmart in Texas. It's like 40-degree heat or whatever it was. 6 hours all day, making
Oh
balloon
my
animals for
gosh.
kids to raise money for Toys for Tots. So
Wow.
like So giving back to the community is essential, not just my work, but just in life in general.
Yeah,
Just what um, it's what I've been raised and brought up to do.
yeah,
So I brought that back into our work with Freedom as well. So last year we supported the Loch Lomond Rescue Boats charity with our annual auction. We raised helped them raise a lot of money. And they are just the most amazing charity if you have a chance to look them up.
yeah, that's
They
amazing.
rescue people on their own time, all through the night, people that need help, get lost, fall in the water, and they're just amazing.
Wow, that's
And
good.
this year, yeah, they're there 24/7, no matter what. And this year we're supporting Old Kilpatrick Food Parcels.
Yeah,
Um, and they are just this another amazing, inspiring charity that started during COVID and has just exploded in numbers. Um, Next week, actually, we're holding a Christmas party at the food bank at Napier Hall. We're calling it Santa's Rap Battle.
yeah.
And we're going to have a fantastic Christmas party and we're going to donate food to the food bank. But we're also going to have some hilarious competitions and we're going to wrap gifts to be donated to local families in need this Christmas. So I'm really excited for that. I actually heard you might be joining us as well, Lauren.
Yeah,
So that
yeah,
would
I'm going
be,
to sign up and come along, definitely. It
yeah.
sounds good, so I don't want to miss out on
You do
that.
not have to be a rapper. I think that the point is actually the worse the better. But I imagine you'd be quite good actually.
I mean, I would definitely give everybody a laugh, that's for sure.
So we've got the participation awards all ready to go. So, but
Yeah,
it's gonna
brilliant.
be it's gonna be such a good night. It's open to the public, friends and family. So I also hope that anyone listening will join us Friday
Yeah.
the 22nd of November, 6:30 at Napier Hall in Old Kilpatrick. So you can come watch you and I trying to wrap gifts as fast as possible.
Yeah. Come
Uh,
and have a laugh at us.
I think the funniest thing will be seeing my husband trying to wrap presents.
Yeah.
So that that will be the best,
And you can
especially
sign up
after a few
on
drinks.
Eventbrite, is that right?
That's right. Our we've got links on our socials. We've got an Eventbrite page as well. And you can email myself a.lally at fbclomond.co.uk. We're on Instagram, we're on Facebook, we're on LinkedIn, so we're everywhere, and the links are all up. So yeah, anyone's more than welcome to join us. The more the merrier. It's for a great cause. We're helping local families in need. Um, so ultimately, it's a win-win for everybody.
Yeah, yeah, it's going to be a great night. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah.
So, Ashley, what would you say, since starting Freedom Boat Club has been the most difficult challenge that you've had to overcome?
Well, we've had a few challenges. I think anyone that's a startup business is probably always in some new challenges. When we first opened our doors, I was all in. It's like every second of every day. We were working, we were marketing, we were strategizing. And I think before I dove into it all, I never realized how full on it was going to be, especially at the start. And um, at the time, like my son was just starting P1, and I think I didn't realize just how much time I was going to be, um, focusing on and how many balls I was going to be juggling all at the same time. So I was probably too hard on myself at the start. You're trying to help with homework, you're trying to help with attendance at dance recitals and football matches.
Yeah, it's a
I'm trying to
lot.
balance everything. It's just
Being a mum is
sometimes,
a full-time job in its own. So,
well, it is, it really is. So I'm not a person to say no. I like to try to help as much as possible. So like a month after we started Freedom Boat Club, I joined the board of the school PTA at school. Why did I do that? I have no idea. So looking back, I probably should have stepped back at some things that weren't necessary at the time. And I think looking back, I'd give myself a better work-life balance
right, yeah,
instead of taking on every single task,
yeah,
saying yes to everything. So I think trying to find that balance was definitely one of the biggest struggles for me.
yeah,
Um, I have learned a lot from it though. It was a lot of late nights then, and it still is today.
yeah,
Um, I'm my staff. it's not uncommon for me to be sending text and emails at 1 a.m., 2 a.m. as just as things come to my head. Um, you know, I'm still on the board of the PTA now, and I'm actually leaving after this interview to go to school for like 4 hours tonight to go help with an
Yeah.
event.
Oh my
So
gosh.
I think I'm just a glutton for punishment, really. I
Yeah.
think,
I was just
uh,
about to ask if you think that
yeah,
you've got that balance a little bit better now, or
yeah. I think maybe one day I'll take my own advice and I'll slow it down.
yeah,
I think I'm so used to being busy at this point.
yeah, that's it. Yeah,
Um,
don't know how to stand still. You'd get bored if you weren't doing a million things at one time.
that's the thing. But if I didn't enjoy doing it, then I wouldn't do it.
Yeah,
So
which is the main
um
thing. Yeah,
yeah, I think as long as I'm enjoying it and if you've got a good team with you, and you get into a good routine as well. Um, and like my kids are pretty used to now like being dragged to come along with us to any kind of work events. The great thing about owning a boat club is that, the kids, it can just kind of fit seamlessly into it. So,
yeah,
you know,
they'll
our
actually
kids
enjoy
are
it
learning.
as well.
Yeah, exactly. We've got kayaks for the members of the club. We've got paddle boards, so like the kids go out in the kayaks and things. They're learning from the dockmaster how to, where the engine is and where the batteries are and like how to change things. So I know eventually like they'll actually have a much bigger role in the club when they're older, which is it's nice to see.
Yeah, absolutely. That'll be like so nice to have it basically the business growing with your family, which is beautiful.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. It's rare, I think, to have something like that. So I feel really lucky with what
yeah,
we have.
definitely. So if you had to choose three top business mentors, who would they be and what have they taught you?
Well, I think you know, this is gonna sound really, really cheesy. But my husband is
Yeah.
such a great mentor. Um, you know, I've I understand business and I've been around for a while, but I'm still new to actually running a business and
Hmm.
every aspect that's involved with that. But Mike's been an entrepreneur since he was about 5 and he was selling sweets to his friends in primary school. So like it's in his blood and he really knows how a business is run. So working alongside him is just like having a constant mentor, whether I
Yeah.
want it or not sometimes.
Yeah. You get a little bit annoying sometimes.
Yeah. No, he is great though, and he's really patient. And so I think I'm a lot luckier than most people because I have someone working with me that brings so much experience to the table and knows me so well.
I love
So we
that.
really do work really well together. Um, I think just on a wider basis as well, I've been really inspired and motivated by other women in business that I've met and
Yeah.
I've become close with in the last 2 years. I've met just the most incredible, inspirational women who run their own businesses. Um, they have children of all ages. They
Yeah.
run their household like clockwork. Every time I visit them, it's immaculate. It puts me to shame, and they still have time to call me every week and
Yeah.
check in. You know, I saw that you might be having Claire Hunter coming in on your podcast soon, and
Yep.
her work and her CV is so fascinating. But she's one of these women who goes to the gym. She looks incredible all the time. She runs this amazing business, and she still has time to meet up with me to sit down for a whole afternoon and help me
Amazing.
to
Yeah.
put together a marketing plan. So it's like these kind of people that just provide invaluable mentorship, and it's informal, it's unexpected, it's so much appreciated.
Yeah.
We all have these gifts to share and talents to showcase. I think I've just been really lucky to meet some incredibly motivating people to re-energize me.
Yeah.
I would include you in that, Lauren. Like I think, the work that you do is absolutely inspirational.
Oh, you
Um,
make me blush.
we've met some amazing women at the no, you are though. And and even taking on, doing a podcast is such a big new challenge. And
Yeah.
it's really
Yeah,
inspiring
absolutely.
as
Yeah.
well. So maybe kind of think about things like that. I have a friend who owns a Freedom Boat Club franchise in Australia,
Mhm.
and she has a podcast there. And so it's really great to be in this network of women um, who are really creative, who think outside the box, and who are working, to help each other out and lift each other
Yeah.
up and really motivate everyone.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would include you in that list one.
Well, thank you. But yeah, completely agree with that. Like I love nothing more than being around like successful women, and I think that that really motivates you more than anything. And I think that like when the women that you were describing there, you were describing yourself as well. You know, like people that have the time to run a business, to do a million things, and be a mum, and do everything, and be on the school council, and everything else you do. So I'm like, yeah, I think that you're absolutely an inspiration to other women as well. So,
Oh, well,
um,
thank you.
what an amazing answer. Um, so, actually, if you could like start it all again from the beginning when you started Freedom Boat Club in 2022, what's one thing that you would do differently if or if you wouldn't do anything differently, that's okay too.
Yeah, I think that I would be a bit more honest with myself at the time because I think when I started, um, I thought it'd be, very naively, because I had never started a business from scratch. But
Yeah,
I think I just assumed we've got this fantastic product. It's it's amazing. The concept is perfect. No one else is doing it. This is going to be easy.
yeah,
And you don't expect how much time you're going to put in. You don't
hmm,
expect, the investment of time, money. Um, you're going to be working a lot of late hours. You're going to have to say no to a lot of things. And I think, yeah, just kind of touching on what we discussed earlier, I think I'm quite a perfectionist. So I think I can be really hard on myself.
yeah,
And when you're starting a new business, you have a lot of successes, but there's failures as well. You're going to take a step back. And I think I was really hard on myself when those things happened. And if I could go back in time, I think I'd say, like, if you actually were looking at a graph, you can actually see you're going so
yeah,
high, so
yeah.
fast.
You're doing well.
But when
Yeah,
you're in the moment, you just see like, oh, like that didn't work out, or
yeah.
oh,
You
I
beat
missed
yourself up
that
about it.
deadline.
Yeah,
Yeah, exactly. And I think I've learned over the last 2 years to not beat myself up over those small things because
yeah.
there's no point.
That's
Life
an
is too
amazing skill
short.
to have.
And
Yeah,
yeah, it's you you're never going to learn if you don't make mistakes. That's one of the best things about mistakes is that you're like, well, I'll never do that again.
yeah,
You know.
exactly.
So, I've learned to embrace mistakes and just, take note of them and say, okay, like, what are we going to do differently? And I've said this a few times now, but we do have such a great team and they're so
Yeah,
good because they know now that I'll beat myself up. So they're actually quite
yeah.
quick, like, okay, don't, this is what happened, but
They'll
like,
like
here's what
reassure
we're going
you
to do from it.
almost. Yeah,
Like, yeah, 'cause it's just me. I've always been like that. And so when you have good people around you and Mike knows me so well. We've been married for almost 15 years now. So um he's quick to be like, all right, here's the glass of wine and here's what we're
yeah.
gonna do.
Just take some chill
Open the
time.
ass now.
That's good. It's quite good to have your husband there and like on your side as well, like and going through the same thing
Yeah,
as what you're going through almost. So
exactly. And you understand the challenges because you've gone through them together and
yeah,
you can really celebrate the successes fully because you understand why that was a success. So,
yeah,
a lot of people probably wouldn't want to work with their husband. I think I'm really lucky in what we do and the working relationship that we have, that it actually works better when we're
yeah,
working together.
which
Yeah.
is nice. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
very
Yeah.
refreshing, definitely.
Yeah. Definitely.
So what are your goals and aspirations for Freedom Boat Club for the next 5 years, would you say?
So I would love for Freedom Boat Club to be really firmly planted in the local community at Loch
Mm.
Lomond. It's a really close-knit community. It's a fantastic community when you're in it. And what I'd really like us to be well known and well respected by the brand that we've built and the inclusive community that we're really trying to grow around it. I'd like to get bigger too. I'd like to branch out and have another one, if not two other locations in Scotland.
Amazing.
Um, I said at the start, our goal is to make boating more accessible for
Yeah.
everyone. We've got 6 locations in the UK already, and that's up from just one in 2019. So we're growing as a brand really
Yeah.
steadily. Um, so I'd like to make more time to use the amazing facilities we have as well. Talking about that work-life balance, I want to take my kids out on the paddle boards and
Yeah.
actually make use of
Enjoy
it.
them. Yeah.
Yeah, I want to, the at the September weekend, um, we had a last minute cancellation. So we went up, we were there anyways. So I was like, well, let's take the boat out. And we went to one of the islands. It's called Wallaby Island, and there's
Okay.
actual wallabies
Oh
on
my
this
God,
island in North
that would be
London.
so cool. Yeah, that would be so cool to see. The kids
It's
probably
there's
love that.
so
Yeah.
many there are so many amazing like treasures on Loch Lomond, but
Yeah.
it was just this beautiful day. It was sunny. It was actually really warm, and we just spent this like amazing day just walking around on the beach, and there was no agenda. And because we'd had that cancellation, we had nothing to,
Yeah.
rush back to. And it was just one of these really special moments that you know, that's what I mean, that's what the club is all about, is,
Yeah.
giving people these
Those
experiences to
moments. Yeah,
have
exactly.
fun, tranquility, adventure. Um, we want to have this hassle-free service that's accessible to everyone, that gives everyone what they're looking for,
Yeah.
whether it's a bit of headspace, a bit of quiet time. We've got a hot desk that people can use in the clubhouse, and it overlooks this private beach that overlooks the islands on Loch Lomond. It's just one of the most beautiful places in the world. And we're just trying to get really creative and find out what our members actually want and what they
Yeah.
need and what we can give them to try to make that the work-life balance they're looking for, just that much better.
Yeah.
Whether it's quiet time there or bringing clients. We've got corporate memberships, so people bring their clients and they do staff day outs, or they
Yeah.
bring suppliers and clients
Something
up
totally
and have,
different for like a corporate like
yeah, making deals on the
working
boat.
together. Yeah.
It's something different, and it's things like that stay in your memory. If you're a client and you're going to meet um potential business partner, you're out in the boat and it's a stunning day and you're on an island, like, you're not going to forget that day when you go
Yeah,
back. You're
absolutely
gonna, oh,
not.
I
Yeah.
remember that company, I remember that guy. And it's things like that just really inch you forward and make your business stand out. So we're looking at corporate memberships and doing things like that just to make, help a lot of our members are business owners. How
Yeah.
can we help them?
That's
So,
amazing.
so that's what we'd like to do going forward, is just try to, meet the needs even more of what our members are looking for.
Yeah, amazing. I absolutely love that. So before I let you go, my last question would be, what would you say your absolutely favorite holiday destination has been that you've been on? And what is your dream holiday destination that you would love to go to?
Oh, that's a hard one. So I have to say we went to, so my family live in Texas, still they live in Dallas, but we went down to Galveston. We've got a club, a Freedom Boat Club in Galveston, and it was one of the best trips I've ever been on. And I've lived in Texas for a long time. I'd never been down there. And we went out in the boats with one of the club owners there. And it was, again, stunning day, like it is always in Texas, really warm. But he took us along this channel, and I swear to you, there were about 30 dolphins that were just jumping right alongside the
Oh my
boat.
God, wow, that
I've
would be
never seen
amazing.
anything like it in my entire life. It was about 30 of them. And from the start of the channel all the way down, they followed us.
Oh
And
wow.
we must have found, I don't know how many different families of dolphins. But it was one of the most incredible days ever. Um, and the rest of the day was beautiful. And we went to the beach, and there was a big fun fair at the beach, and
Yeah,
all things
that
like
sounds
that. But it
amazing.
was
Yeah.
just it was just so memorable. I've never experienced anything like that in my life. And what was funny is that it was in my home state, and it's
Yeah.
a place in which is not where I would typically say, oh, if I'm going to go on holiday, I'm going to go back to where I've lived forever. Um, but yeah, it was just one of those moments that really stuck out to me. Um, so I would enjoy that. But I've been all over the world, and I've been
Yeah.
to some really amazing places. But for me, it's like those little moments, especially if I can share it with my family, because my
Yeah.
kids were there as well, and they still talk about it as well.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
um, any place, basically for me, any place that's warm and has a beach, like I'm
Yeah.
in.
Happy with
If
that.
it if it's hot, if I can get a tan, if I can get a cocktail, I'm really
Yeah.
happy. Like I'm
Same as
not
me.
too fussy.
That's the exact same as what my answer would be.
Yeah.
Well, that's up for our podcast today. So thank you so much, Ashley, for coming on. Really, really appreciate it. And if our listeners want to find you, where can they get in touch?
So they can get in touch on our Facebook. So we're at Freedom Loch Lomond, FBC Lomond on Instagram. And we are on, you can find us on LinkedIn. You can find myself, Ashley Lally, and my name is spelled weird. So it's Ashlee. Though I always I always have to spell it out.
Yeah.
Which is why my email is a.lally because I had it as
Yeah.
Ashley. So
Most
it's all
people
kind of
just spell it wrong.
so a.lally.